அன்னவயல் புதுவை ஆண்டார் அரங்கருக்கு வண்ண திருப்பாவை பல்பதியம் இன்னிசையால் பாடிக் கொடுத்தார் மாலை சூடிக் கொடுத்தாலே சொல்லு. Repeat the pastrum again. அன்னவயல் புதுவை ஆண்டால் அரங்கருக்கு வண்ண திருப்பாவை பல்பதியம் இன் இசையால் பாடிக் கொடுத்தார் நற்பாமாலை பூமாலை சூடிக் கொடுத்தாலே சொல்லு. We've been looking at Thiruppavai. In the first 5 days, I said I will complete the entirety of the Avatarike introduction. And I did that. However, before the Avatarike, I was also supposed to complete the Taniyans or the invocatory verses. However, I realized that if we were to do that, the first day we would not enjoy the first pastime. We would be on the one day behind every single day. And so that was not fit. So instead, I decided we will split up the invocatory verses, learning about them throughout the 30 days. So now we are going to look at Annavayal Puduvai Andal, the first Tamil Taniyan. We also looked at already the Sanskrit Taniyan by Swami Parasara Bhattar, Neelatungasthanigiridari Suptamutpotyakashnam Padartyam Somsyuti Satasirasatamatyavayanti So Uchishtayam Sajinigaladam Yabalat Krityabhankte Kodadasyena Matavanam Puye Vastabuyaha. We already looked into that pastrum. However, we are still left with this Annavayal Puduvai Andal, and then similarly another one, Sudi Kodutha Sudakadi. So we'll split that up and we will look into that. Annavayal Puduvai Andal Arangarakku. This Taniyan is written by Swami Uyakkonda. Uyakkonda is a disciple of Swami Nathamunigal. Swami Nathamunigal is known in our Shiva Vaishnava tradition to be the one that got the entirety of the Divya Prabandha. Back in the day, there was no Divya Prabandha well known popularly. However, Swami Nathamunigal one day hears a group of people. They sing the Alavumude Padigam. They sing that decade from Thiruvaimari, 5.8. That the decade from Thiruvaimari. Aravumude Adiyen Urulam Ninbalanbaye Neerayalainda Karai Urukkugintra Nedmale Seerajannal Kavrivisum Serenir Thirukkurandai Erar Kolathiran Kadandai Kandeen Emmane. He hears them singing this decade, and so he hears at the end of the Urlian Pin Pechimulayoda Avale Uyundan Kalgale Avaye Charanaga Konda Kudugur Sharagopan. He sees in the last pastrum of that decade, those 10 pastrums, Kudugur Sharagopan is the signature given by the poet. So he decides, okay, I want to find out more about this, and he asks the people that are singing, where are these pastrums from? He was very impressed by these pastrums. He said, where are they? And they said, we don't know. However, we've heard that, we know that at the end of this decade, there's this signature, Kudugur Shadagopan. There's this person called Shadagopan from Tirukurugur, or also known as Arvar Tinagri. You go there, and you will find maybe you can find some more. So he goes there, and there he realizes that they don't even have this set of 10 pastrums. At least when the people he talked to, they had this set of 10 pastrums. When he goes to Tirukurugur, they don't even have those 10 pastrums. But they say, we have a different set of 10 pastrums. These are a set of 10 pastrums composed by Swami Madhuragavigal, the disciple of Swami Nammarvar. Nammarvar composed the 1000 pastrums, of which Aravumude is 5.8 out of that. So he finds out that, oh, there's this other set of 10 pastrums, and they said there's an urban legend that if you say these 10 pastrums, the pastrums that are composed by Madhuragavigal on Swami Nammarvar, that Swami Nammarvar will show up in front of you and he'll give you these 1000 pastrums. Nobody has tried it, but you can try it. So he sits down and he chants these pastrums the said number of times, and thereby Swami Nammarvar shows up in front of him and he gives him these 1000 pastrums, and he says, you asked for 1000, I'll give you 4000. And he did not give him only his own prabandhams, but also the prabandhams of 12 other arvars, and hence we see the compilation of the 12 arvars known as the Nalaya Divya Prabandham. So of this Nalaya Divya Prabandham, that Swami Nathamunigal, he taught it to his Sishyas, his disciples, and thereby his disciples, they took this and they spread it along, and now we see that it is even being said till day. Of which one of his disciples, Swami Uyakkonda, composed this invocatory, introductory shloka on the Thiruppavai. That is what is seen here. Annavayal Puduvai Andal. Annavayal Puduvai. She Andal, this Thiruppavai is composed by Andal, who was born in the Shiviliputtur. Annavayal Puduvai Andal. Who did she sing this for? Arangarikku Panna Thiruppavai. The question is, arised, that why does it say she sang it for Arangan or Sriranganathar? If you go to Shriviliputtur, you will see that the deity seen in Shriviliputtur is in the Periyakoil, you will see Vadabatra Sai, a different deity. Vadabatra Sai is the one that is seen in Shriviliputtur. Why is it said that Andal sang Sriranganathar? Then Srirangam is miles away. It is a little bit far off. So why did she sing on Sriranganathar? The question is asked. Or even Vadabatra Sai, if you do not want to say she sang on, what about the fact that she sang these entire 30 pasurams thinking about Krishna? As we can recall, in the second day, I mentioned how Andal is pretending to do this vratam, in which she thinks about the Lord Krishna and she engages in this vratam pretending to be one of the gopis. So doesn't it fit that Annavel Puduvai Andal Krishnarukku panna Thiruppavai Pasuram or Annavel Puduvai Andal Vadabhadra Saiyukku panna Thiruppavai Pasuram? No, it is said that Arangarukku panna Thiruppavai Pasuram. The question is asked, why? All the 12 Alvars have sung on one deity for sure. That is Sriranganathar. Padinmar Padum Perumal is one of the kondatams or one of the phrases that is given to Sriranganathar. Sriranganathar is the only of the Divyadesams. You see the 108 Divyadesams of India. Of all these 108 Divyadesams, not even Tirupati has been sung by all 12 Alvars. The only deity that has been sung by all 12 Alvars is Sriranganathar himself. And so everything belongs to him alone. He's considered the head Divyadesam of all of the Divyadesams. If anything happens in Srirangam, it is considered, if you do a puja in Srirangam, if you serve the Lord in Srirangam, it is considered you have served the Lord everywhere. If you look a little bit deeper into that, it just basically means that you do not have to go behind each and every single sthalam. A lot of people will start on Tirtha Yatra, and what they will do is they'll say, oh, I'm going to hit all 20 temples in 3 days, and they will start and go. It's just a checklist at that point. You're not going to enjoy those temples. If you go to a temple, you can see the pillars there, you can see the beautiful artwork there. All these temples, they have so much sculptures. You can ask who is the deity there. You find out what is the deity, how did he end up there, what is the pasuram sang on it. By learning about these things, you will be able to truly enjoy the purpose of these temples existing. If it was simply a checklist, there's no point. You are not benefiting from it. Rather, it's just going to cause you stress, as you are not going to make your train in time. So that is what is said by Annavel Puduvai Andal Arangarku Panna Thiruppavai. So she sang for Sriranganathar. You see that also in the fact that after she had finished singing, when she came of age, it is said that Andal was married off to Sriranganathar himself. Sriranganathar came in the dream of Periyarvar, and he said, hey, bring your daughter to me in Srirangam and I will marry her. Andal, Andal says that I will not marry a single human being. I will not marry a human. I will only marry the Lord himself. And so that's what she says, and she sticks to that. She refuses. She believes that she is not fit to be married off to any human being. If there's anybody that she is to marry, it is to the Lord himself. And so then the Lord comes in her father's dream and says, bring your daughter here to Srirangam. And Sriranganathar gets married to her. And that's what you see even. And then afterwards, once he came back to Shriviliputtur, his daughter had disappeared. He came back to Shriviliputtur. He sees in Shriviliputtur that Andal, Rangamanar, Garden, they are both there. Their Tirumenis are there. And so you see even today, Andal, Rangamanar. Even here in our Radha Krishna temple, you see Andal, Rangamanar. Sri Ranganathar along with Andal. You also see in Shriviliputtur, Andal, Rangamanar. And so that is why Andal sang all these 30 pasurams for Sri Ranganathar alone. All 4,000 is for Sri Ranganathar alone. Every single set of these pasurams, every year. Right now, the Vaikunta Ekadasi's Utsavam is happening. You see Pagalpattu, Rapattu. The first 10 days, 2,000 pasurams by the Alvars are sang. The next 10 days, the 1,000 pasurams by Swami Nammarvar are sang. On the 21st day of the Utsavam, the last 1,000 known as Yerpa are sang. The first place where this Adhyana Utsavam happened, where all of these pasurams were sang in front of the Lord with natya, with dance, with isai, with music, and alongside with the chanting and also the explanation with the Vyakyanam by the Arayar Swamis. The first place you see that, the first place where it happened was in Srirangam alone. And so everything is dedicated to Sriranganathar alone. And so that's what Andal says in this pasuram as well. Annavel Puduvai Andal Arangarukku Panna Thiruppavai Pasuram. In Isayal, Padi Koduttal, she sang, not Pamale, she sang a male of words. Male refers to the garland, a garland of words, a garland of poems. Each and every single one of them of these pasurams is a flower, and she's offering each and every single one of these flowers to the Lord as a garland. I mentioned the little bit of a saying, Malai Satina Malai, Adu Malukku Satina Malai. Malai refers to Kodai. Kodai is Malai. This is a little bit of a tongue twister that is said as a little fun saying. Malai refers to Kodai. Kodai, Andal's other name is Kodai. Kodai also means Malai or garland. Malai, Satina Malai. She put a garland on the Lord. Adu Malukku Satina Malai. Also, Mal refers to the Lord Narayana. In Tamil, he is known as Thirumal. Adu Malukku Satina Malai. That is a garland given to him. What is that garland? It is the Thiruppavai. Innisayal Padi Koduttal, that Pamalai. Pumalai Shudi Koduttale. So she also wore a Pumalai. Before she gave, her father, he found her one day wearing the garlands. Her father was known to as Bhattar Piran. He used to make garlands for the Lord Vadabhadrasai of Shiviliputtur. And so he used to make these garlands and give them to the Lord. However, he would leave it there for 10 minutes. Maybe he would go do some other business before he took it to the temple. Andal in that time would come. She would wear it on herself, check herself in the mirror, make sure it looked good, and then give it. One day, Shri Periyarvar, Bhattar Piran, her father, he finds a hair in the malai, in the garland. And so then he finds out that his daughter, in fact, is the one that is wearing this garland and then giving it to the Lord. Usually, we have kept it as a practice that we do not take something and then give it to the Lord. That is something that we have generally kept as a practice. So he became very upset with her. And so he created a new malai and went and gave it to the Lord Vadabhadrasai of Shiviliputtur. It fell off of him. He did not accept it. Periyarvar became very sad. He became upset. He realized, oh no, Andal's mistake has caused anger in Vadabhadrasai. So he makes another malai. He keeps doing this. Vadabhadrasai does not accept any of the garlands that Periyarvar gives. Finally, that night in his dream, Vadabhadrasai comes in his dream and says, I want the malai that is worn by Andal, because she is wearing that malai out of the love. She's checking whether it looks good. Before giving it to the Lord, she's checking that it looks good. Shabari is known to have tasted every single fruit and make sure it was sweet before giving it to the Lord. That is exactly what Andal did here. She was tasting out of her love for the Lord. She was making sure that the garland was suitable before she gave it to him. That is what he wanted. And so then that is what is seen here. Sudi Koduttale Annavayal Puduvai Andal, Arangarakku Panna Thiruppavai Pasuram, Innisayal Padi Koduttal, Nat Pamalai, Pumalai, Shudi Koduttale. She gave it to him. Sollu. Let's speak of such greatness of Andal in that process. Let's look at the next pasuram, of which Andal says in this beautiful malai. Pullin vai kindane polla arakkane killik kalaindane keerthimai paadipoi பிள்ளைகளெல்லாரும் பாவை கலம்புக்காய் வெளியெழுந்து வியாழமுறங்கிற்று புல்லும் சிலம்பினகான் போதரி கண்ணினாய் குள்ளக்குளிர குடைந்து நீராடாதே பள்ளி கிடத்தையோ பாவாய் நீ நன்னாளால் கல்லம் தவின்று கலந்து ஏலோ ரெம்பாவாய். Andal calls this next girl in the 13th pasuram. You saw that the first 5 pasturams were introduction. Now she's waking up each girl. This is the 8th girl that Andal is waking up. So for this girl, we will look at line by line. Pullin vai kindane polla arakkane. Pullin vai kindane. This can be said as Keshi Vadam is what my Acharyan has given, but in the Vyakyanas, in the traditional commentaries, Keshi is not the one that is mentioned here. Rather, it is Ravana that is mentioned here as Pullin vai kindane. He had killed Ravana. He had defeated Ravana. That is the Lord that she is referring to. Who is this Ravana? Polla arakkane. Polladavan. He does not fit. He's not following the rules. Polladavan is the terminology that is used here. The question is asked, why is it said Polla arakkane? Arakkan itself is a good enough word. Arakkan refers to Rakshasa. Rakshasa itself, when we think of Rakshasa, we think of bad person. We do not need to say Pollada Arakkan. We understand that Arakkan itself means he's a bad person, because Andal does not believe that Arakkan means bad person. Because she gives the fact that there's a Nalla Arakkan, there's a good Arakkan as well that existed at that time frame, Vibhishana. Vibhishana was a good Arakkan. He was not a Polla Arakkan. Polladavan refers to that person who has the Ahankara Mamakara. As I showed previously, the note to Chavarkam pasuram, and previously in many other pasurams as well, the biggest virodhi, the biggest thing stopping us from achieving the Lord is our ahankara mamakara, to think that we are the ones that are doing something, or it is mine. In reality, he is the one that is doing all the actions. Nothing is our own action. We are not doing anything. It is all his actions, is what the Arvas continuously say. Polla arakkane. This Polla arakkan, he is known as Vanangalil Arakkan. Arvar continuously calls him Vanangalil Arakkan. Vanangalil Arakkan means he who thinks that he's doing everything. Vanakkam. Vanangudal means to to accept the fact that there's somebody else doing everything. When you see the wind, when the wind is coming, the leaves, they by themselves they bow down. That is what is meant by vanangar. It means to naturally bow down and realize that we are not the ones that are being controlled. If we are to bow down, He is the one that is making us bow down. To think that I am the one worshipping the Lord, I am the one doing anything, that is ahankara mamakaram. That is think that I am doing something. That is not the truth. He is the one that is doing everything. As shown in the Jiyarpadi, I have continuously mentioned the Jiyarpadi of Swami Mamanigal. Mannuirgalinge Manavala Mamanian. Ponnadiyam Sangamala Podigale. Unne Chiratale Tindal Amanavanamme. Karatale Tindal Karan is gratefully said about Mamanigal. Mamanigal is an Acharya in the Shiva Vaishnava tradition. His words are unmatched. And so he, in his Jiyarpadi text, he states that we have to brush the teeth of the Lord. We have to tongue clean for the Lord. We have to wash his face, wash his feet. You have to give him first, like before bath, we have to give him fruits and milk. It's very elaborate Jiyarpadi. Why do we have to sit here and do all this? Most of us just do an arati and call it a day. Why does he want us to do every single one of those things? It is not that the Lord needs these things. Rather, it is a recognition of the fact that if we are able to brush our teeth, if we are having coffee before our breakfast, if we are having anything, if anything is happening in our life, if we're able to walk, if we're able to wear flippers, if we're able to do anything, it is all thanks to His grace. It's that recognition that we are not the one that is doing everything. He is the one that is doing anything there is. That's why Momnigal does not use the word samarpayami. Samarpayami means to give. He does not use adgyam samarpayami or padyam samarpayami. I'm washing your hands. I am washing your feet. He says kandarla vendum. Kandarla vendum means see as I'm showing you. What are we showing him? We are not showing him anything. He is showing us that, look, I am the one that is protecting you. I'm the one that is taking care of you. So Ravana was a person that did not realize that. He thought that I am the one that is doing everything. I am the one that is ruling Lanka. Vibhishana did not think that. Vibhishana came straight to the Lord and he fell at his feet and said that you are my everything. You are the one that is running the entirety of the world. And so hence he fell at his feet and he said that you are the one that is to protect me. Sthite manasi sushvaste sarire satiyonarha dhatusami sthite smatta vishwarupam chamamajam tatastam mriyamanantu kashtapashana sanyam amsmarami vadbhaktam nayami paramam gatim sarvadharman parityagya mamekam saranam vaja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami masasha sakyetat prapannaya tavasmi diyajate abhayam sarva bhutebhyo dhadami etat vratan mama. Sakadeva prapannaya is a Ramacharma shlokam. I first gave the Varaha Charma shlokam. Varaha, he says that don't worry, you don't have to think of me at the time of death. In Bhakti Yoga, they usually say that you have to think of the Lord at the time of your death. He says that don't worry, you don't have to think about me. I will think of you instead. Why do you have to think? I will think of you at the time of death and you will reach me. Similarly, in the Gita, in the Krishna Charma Shloka, he says that don't worry about your papas. Don't think that you are committing any action, sarva dharman. You think that you're doing meditation, you think you're doing japa, you think you're doing anything. You are not doing anything. I'm the one that's doing everything. Moksha ishyami masuchaha. Don't worry. I'm the one that's taking care of everything. And then in Ramacharma Shloka, after he accepts Vibhishana, he says, Saka etat prapannaya tavasmi dhyajte abhayam sarva bhutebhyo dadami etat vratan mama. I will give abhayam. I will protect every single last bhutam. I will, even if Vibhishana has come with ill intentions, I will protect him. Vibhishana did not come with ill intentions. He decided that he wanted to surrender at the feet of the Lord, and that is why he is considered Nalla Arakkan. Ravana is Polla Arakkan. Polla Arakkane Killik Kalaindane. He removed that Pollame from the Arakkan. Killik Kalaindane Kirtime Padipoi. We can say that, oh, Rama killed this Ravana. Yes, technically Rama did kill Ravana. However, a better suiting thing for this is that he did not Killik Kalaindane. He did not remove. Killik Kalaindan means to remove, to snatch, to pinch and then remove is what Killik Kalaindane means. You can say yes, he Killik Kalaindaned Ravana, but it's better to say he removed that Ahankara Mamakaram that he had, Pollame that he had, he removed that. Similarly, he will remove that Pollame for us as well. When Ravana died, he also attained moksha. The Ayavars continuously say, Maranamanal Vaikuntham Kodukkum Piran. If there is a Vaikunta, the Lord will give it at the time of death. We do not have to work extra for that. He will make sure that happens. Anybody that he kills, even normal death, anybody that dies, he is taking it inside himself. He is taking them for himself. And so he is making them a part of him. And so that's what the Ayavars are of the opinion of. So what does it mean when Killik Kalaindane? He removes his ahankaram, mamakaram, virodhi nirasana seelan. He removes the virodhis. Anything that is stopping us from achieving him, he is there to remove it. That's what it is said by Killik Kalaindane, Kirtime Padipor. Let's sing about that. Let's sing about how he's going to remove the virodhis for us. Pillagalallaram Pave Kalambukar. Look, girl, we are waking up this girl that is still sleeping inside. Pillagalallaram Pave Kalambukar. We are all sitting inside. We are all waiting for you. Velli in the Vyaramurangicha. Velli or Sukran has come up. Vyaran or Guru has come down. This is usually seen in astrology that it is believed that if the Velli comes up, wealth will come up. What is the wealth that is seen here? Lakshmano Lakshmi Sampannaha. Lakshmana refers to the person that believes that the Lord is his nidhi. Any wealth that exists, you can ask, what wealth did Lakshmana have? He left and he went to the forest for 14 years. He also lived as an ascetic. Shouldn't the technically wealthy person be Bharata? No, they say that Lakshmana was the one that was wealthy because he had the true nidhi. Shrinidim nidimapanam artinam artitartha paridana dikshitam sarvabhuta sukadam dayanidim devarajamati rajamashet. I keep saying this. I think I've been saying this for a couple of days now. This shloka means that Srinidhi, that Devarajan, that Lord, he is our true nidhi. He's our true wealth that we have. And so that is what Andal also says here. That is what Lakshmana means. Lakshmano Lakshmi Sampannaha. So that's what you see there. Killik Kalaindani Kitime Padipor, Pillagalalla Pavik Kalambukar, Velli and the Vyaramurangitre. So this Velli has come up, this Shukran has come up, and so hence all of our problems are gone. We don't have to worry. This Lakshmi Sampannam will come for you. It is asked, why is astrology brought up here? The astrology is something that gives some people comfort. However, it is important to note that astrology, despite it giving some people comfort, there's a little bit of a mismatch in how it can. Is astrology more powerful than the Lord? No. You see a beautiful story in the Mahabharatam in which it is seen that for winning the war, the Kauravas are to do a tarpana. They are supposed to do all their karmas correctly. They're supposed to do some puja correctly on the Grahana day. Grahana is when the Suryan and the Chandran, they cover up each other. If Chandra Grahanam comes, it covers up accordingly. Based on the type of Grahanam is this, either Suryan or the Chandran. The sun or the moon cover up one of the others. So Krishna, what he does is, he does not want the Kauravas to win. He does not want them to do this thing correctly. So the day before the Grahana itself, he starts, during Grahanam, you usually do this thing called a Tarpana. Tarpana is done for the ancestors. You do the Tarpana on Grahanam at the Grahanam time. And so Krishna, suddenly the day before itself, starts doing Grahana Tarpana. Everybody gets quiet because Krishna does all of his karmas correctly. As we know, he is the Lord of the universe. Of course, he's going to know when the Grahana is. So the gods themselves are talking. It does not say in the Panchagam, in the calendar, it says that Grahana is tomorrow. Why? I think NASA has also given that tomorrow is the date. That's what we usually check for our Tarpanas. Why is Krishna doing it now? So what they decide is the sun and the moon themselves get a doubt. Are we supposed to be in Grahana today? Are we supposed to cover up each other? So what they do is they come in front of Krishna and they asked, Krishna, why are you doing Grahana Tarpana today? To which Krishna responds, what is Grahanam? It's when the sun and the moon come together. Look who two are in front of me right now. You two, the sun and the moon have both come in front of me and you guys are asking me this question. That is what Grahana is. Grahana is when the sun and the moon come together. You are coming together and asking me this question. So today, of course, is Grahana. And so hence Krishna changes the date of the Grahana itself. That is what the amazingness of the Lord is. I know some people that believe so much in astrology. The astrologer tells them that, oh, you are going to die. Everybody in the family gets so sad. Oh no, somebody is going to die. They start crying. That it becomes a huge thing. That person is living until so well. They're living until 80. They're living until 90. The astrologer dies. This person is still doing fine. The astrologer is gone. So we put too much faith in these moon and the sun and the stars and stuff. In reality, the Lord is the one that is controlling everything. This girl, she seems to believe in this astrology, so hence Andal is bringing up Velir and the Vyaramurangitre. Come on, let me use this also to convince you. That also shows whatever is providing us mental peace, whatever is useful to convince people of how the Lord is protecting us, you use it. I've been giving the useful by the Parama Inner of Walt Disney. I've been every day giving the example of a Disney princess. It is not that you should not mention something. A lot of acharyas will say that, oh, this is not a traditional text. Why are you mentioning it? You should only mention the traditional texts when doing these discourses. However, anything that is useful in explaining the meaning of the Lord, of course you can take it. Why? If you are getting the point across, it is important. You can say anything that helps to get that point across, that He is Upaya Upayam. He is the one that is protecting us. So, of course, Andal, in a similar sense, she thinks that this girl will be convinced by this astrology. So, hence she brings it up, brings peace of mind to her. So, she brings it up. However, it is important to note that he can change the day of the Grahana itself. So, what is to say that he cannot change our stars alignment? He can do anything he wants. He is Akadikatakana Samarthyam. Pullinvai Kindane, Polla Arakane, Kilikalandani, Kitime Padipo, Pilagal and Pavi Kalambukai, Velier, the Aramanget. Come on. Pullum Chelambinagan, Podri Kandinai. You have the eyes. Pullum Chelambinagan. The birds are also chirping. It is time for you to join us. Pullum Chelambinagan, Podri Kandinai. You have the eyes like the bird, like the flower. You have the eyes like the deer. It's a beautiful example that is given. It is said to, her eyes are very beautiful. The eyes, what do they denote? What do we do with our eyes? We see. I've already said that the hair denotes jnanam. Yes, the eyes also denote jnanam. A lot of things denote jnanam. Why does the eyes denote jnanam? It denotes the fact that the Lord, that we are able to see with our eyes. When we see, what are we seeing? We are understanding. Through our eyes, we see and we understand. And so when somebody has broad eyes or beautiful eyes, they're able to see the fact that the Lord is always protecting us. He is the Upaya Upayam is what she says. You are able to clearly see it. So she's not in this ignorance. This girl is not in an ignorance that the Lord is not protecting us. So why is she waking up this girl? The question is asked. This girl knows that the Lord is the one that is protecting us, and she's joined, but she's asking her to join for the Bhagavad Gunana Bhava. If she knows, why has she not already joined the group? The question comes. Pullinvai Kindane, Polla Arakane, Kilikalandani, Kitime Padipo, Pullum Chelambinagan, Podri Kandinai, Kulla Kulira Kudendinidade. You are smaller, you become small. Kulla Kulira Kudendinidade. Kulla Kulira is a terminology, is what's used here. Kulla means to become small. Kulira, to become happy. Nidadade. Why aren't you why aren't you bathing with us in this sense of the Bhagavad Gunanubhava? Bathing, as I mentioned in the first day itself, bathing refers to bathing in the qualities of the Lord. It is not a physical bathing that they are doing, but rather enjoying the qualities of the Lord. Haven't you joined us in this physical enjoyment of the Lord? Kulla kulira. Kulla, why does she say that you become smaller? Is a question that is asked. Usually we don't like it when we are a little bit short. Short people always complain, oh, I'm so short. I cannot reach up to, or like, you have so many problems for being short, right? Why is it mentioned that she is short? Because He, the Lord, He is the tall one. He is the protector. We are the short one. We have become smaller in His eyes. We are small so that He can protect us. If we are small, He can put us in his pocket and He can take care of us. If something is small, you can easily take care of it. You can easily hold on to it and take care of it. Similarly, we are small to Him. Anu, Paramanu. The Atma is known as to be Anu, which means it is very small. Whereas the Lord's Atma is understood to be Vishnu. It means it is everywhere. So our Atma is very small. His Atma is big. What does that mean? He's all encompassing. He is easily able to take care of us. If He is big and we are small, He can easily take care of us. That is what is said. Kulla kulira. Why are you not taking care of us in this? Why are you not coming and joining us in this anubhava? Kulla kulira kudainda nidadade. Palli kidattayo. Why are you still sleeping? Pavai ni nallalal. Today is a good day. Did I not tell you today is a good day? The Josier, the astrologer, has clearly showed that Shukran has come up. It's today's a good day, is it not? Why don't you join us? Palli kedathiyo, why are you still sleeping? Pavai ni nannalal kallam tavendru kalande. This is where the story of Snow White comes for us. Snow White is known to have been her stepmother was kind of evil, and so she wanted to kill Snow White. And so what happens? Snow White is brought under the protection of the dwarfs. And then what happens? She stays there with the dwarfs. She does not leave that area. She stays within her own little box. She does not leave that box. Furthermore, you see that later on, that Snow White then falls to a trance, and she is given an apple by her stepmother, and that is poisoned. And so then she's even more within this trance. What is this trance? Snow White is seen to be very reserved. She stayed her entire life, most of her life, with these dwarfs. She stayed with them. She stayed reserved with them. And so that is what Pavai, what are you doing, Pavai? Ni nannalal kallam tavirndu. Do not stay reserved. It's okay. Do not feel shy. A lot of people will say, I don't like to go to the temple when it is very crowded. It's too crowded today. I don't want to go there. It's okay. Go when everybody is there. Join the group. It's okay. Don't be shy. Do this together. Let's be a part of this as a group together, and we'll join this. And so that's why Snow White is the person that was very with Kallam. She was very reserved in herself, and so that's what Andal refers to here. Kallam tavirndu. Tavirndu means remove that. Kalandelor empavai, come join us. And who is to make us join? Again, in the Snow White story, you see that her Prince Charming, he has to come and kiss her and wake her up. She's not able to wake up on her own. Similarly, the Lord, Killik Kalaindani Kitime Padipo, he who removes that Kallam, Pulinvai Kindane, Polla Arakkane, there's a Polla Arakkan inside of all of us, that feeling of reservation that we should not mix with other people. That is what is referred to here. Killik Kalaindane, he'll pinch that and remove that out. Just like how he came, Prince Charming came and kissed Snow White and woke her up. Similarly, he will come and wake us up as well from our trance of not mixing with others. So let us all join together and engage in these Bhagavad Gunas with everybody without looking at where they are from, who they are, etc. As it's mentioned, Polla Arakkane, there's good Arakkas as well. Vibhishana is a good Arakka. So we should not look at the person's background, whether they are from a Brahmin background or whether they are from certain caste, or whether they're part of this religion, or what not are they from this nationality. We should see them as they are. We should see everybody as Lord's Adiyars. As I mentioned, Ongi Valagalandu Uttaman, he put his feet on every single last molecule. Every single last molecule is an Adiyar of the Lord. So let's kaland, let's join with everybody. Let's not feel the reservation to not mix with certain people and only mix with certain people. Kallam tavirndu kalandu. Let's join with everybody. And so let's take that message from Andal and let's enjoy kulindu with everybody. Let's kalandelor empavai. With that, we will conclude today's Pasuram. Pullinvai Kindane, Polla Rakkane, Killi Kalaindane, Kitime Padipoi, Pillegalalar Pavi Kalambukar, Vili Erunda Viaramurangitre, Pullum Selambinagan Podri Kanina, Kulla Kulea Kurendini Rada, de Palikate Pavai Nala, Kallam Tavinta Kalandi, Yellow and Pava. With this, tomorrow we are going to look at the ninth girl, Tiana from Princess and the Frog. Adiyana Margazhi.